all in stable conditions. Are we together up to that point? The rest, some of them had already been taken by the parents. So we cannot give you a figure as at now. Yes. We can't give you a...
Can we find out?
Do you want us to recount your past statement, please, which was already in your...
No, by the way, listen, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. We have not given you the statement. No, we have not given you the statement. No, listen, we have not given you the statement to confirm the numbers.
Then did you read the wrong thing?
No.
If I heard you well, Mr. Spokesperson, have been reported. You said 20 who are missing have been found. Yes. At the beginning. So, and yesterday, so what we are looking at, yesterday...
Okay, order.
The Deputy President said that 70 were missing. So we are doing a calculation that if you say 20 have been found, we are now looking at 50 who are missing.
Now, let me explain. Let me explain. We need to be very careful about the numbers. I want to take you back to the Mai Mahiu tragedy. As that there were 300 people who had died, but in actual sense there were 40. Representing the government to come back to you with some more accurate figure as soon as the investigators give us the numbers, because right now, ladies and gentlemen, right now we only have, please order. Right now we only have, and we pass our most sincere condolences. 156 boys are the ones in the room. Please, any number in between, allow us to come back to you. CS.
I think because they are still collating, allow them to do that exercise today. In tomorrow's update, there will be those exact figures so that you get an actual position that you can report on the numbers for tomorrow.
So his question was, because the information that is recorded here, the spokesperson began with the number 20. Do we remove it? Do we expunge it?
No, you
because it's already recorded.
Okay. Can you give me time to find that out, and then I'll send you a document, please? Yeah? So the two questions that you asked are related. Whether they do drills to ensure that they are prepared, they are supposed to. As to whether or not it is done on a regular basis is part of the investigation that we are going to do. And I can assure you that part of the investigation that we are going to do is to do a self-audit of the ministry. Have we, as a ministry, been doing what we are supposed to do in confirming that these regulations and these policies are followed? So that's exactly what we are doing, and we are saying, as they investigate, as they find out what the cause of the fire was, we are also doing an internal investigation ourselves, a self-assessment of whether or not we've been doing what we are supposed to do. And if we have not been doing what we are supposed to do, we'll ask ourselves why and answer that question. It's going to be part of the report. So that exercise is being done.
What measures are being taken to ensure accountability in this particular case? Will there be anyone being held accountable?
Of course, 100%. If somebody did not do their part, they will be held accountable. And we're going to be as transparent as possible. As I said, if you recall, we cannot have this going on year after year after year after year. We have to bring it to a conclusion. If we find that the policies are there but people are not doing what they are supposed to do because there is no penalty, then I'm prepared, under the recommendations of the working party that we are using now to do the particular reformation in the education sector, to introduce these regulations, move them up from policies into law, so that there are penalties that somebody can face for not doing what they are supposed to do, as opposed to it maybe being a disciplinary action when you are supposed to have done something, you have not done it, and people are losing life. Find that it's because compliance is not adhered to because of non-penalty, then we can move it up to become statutory And once it is statutory, you face criminal charges for you not taking the action you are supposed to take. We cannot allow this to go on.
How binding is your word? Because we have had these statements before. Exactly the way you are putting it.
Mine is binding because, as I said, party recommendation report right now, in which we are doing changes and amending even the Basic Education Act and many other 13 pieces of law, so that we can have an education system that works, that there are no gaps, there are no blind spots, there are no organizations that are operating in a silo form. There is continuity. You see, like here we are working as a government. We should be able to act from one source so that we know when you are not doing something right, you can't say, I'm not answerable to you because I belong to another institution. The law needs to be harmonized in a way that we know we are under one government, under one constitution. So that is what we are going to do.
And is there any support system available for a learning institution to ensure such emergencies, there's swift response to them?
Yeah, I think there is, you know, like now, yesterday when the fire occurred, the county government was able to release the fire emergency team, and it arrived here 16 minutes after the fire. So the system is in place. The county works as out, the county commissioner, the Ngao team is in place to assist us with security and everything else. So we work as a team, and that system is, it's available, you just need to tap into it.
Just one.
Order, please. Let us have a way of asking questions so that it's not everybody. Can we start with you, then we come to you?
Thank you.
Yes.
So my name, this is to the government spokesperson. My name is Hillside. I work with the French news agency AFP. I just want to recap the statement and ask my question with it. You say that we are on 18 dead right now, and we're in the process of doing DNA identification. We can only do DNA identification on bodies. Can you confirm to us on record here that we might still find more bodies in that building, or it's only the 18 that are conclusive and we can't find more bodies?
Yeah, thank you very much. As we were actually inside there, the DCI and the government pathologist, they are still collecting evidence and classifying it in such a coordinated manner. They need to get the coordinates of who was sleeping where, how, and how. It's a bit intricate. So we expect, if at all there are fatalities, to recover more bodies. So this is not conclusive. That is why the investigations are ongoing. And let me also clarify this, ladies and gentlemen.
So can we have it on record that the toll will go higher?
No, we can't say that. That is like wishing people to die. No, you can't say that.
What we are saying is that the process that is ongoing is such a way that they have been able, we have talked to the pathologist, to say that when they look at the body scientifically, they burnt in this particular way, and they were able to count it in 17 bodies. One died in the hospital. That is the number. Let's not speculate. Let's just go with that number now.
Exactly.
Maybe Waziri, maybe just that. But I think Waziri, we must all agree as Kenyans that these numbers represent people.
Yes.
And so even as we bandy around numbers, please let us know that those numbers represent children, boys that have parents, have relatives, and the more we haggle about numbers, the more we traumatize our people. Kindly, let's allow that the scientific, whatever that is going on, be carried on, and then we are able to give specific numbers that we can stand for.
Yeah. So I think as the governor has said, let me clarify this. Yesterday there was a figure of 70 children who had been admitted. Only 4 are currently in hospital. So that tells you the rest 66 are already out of the 156. So kindly, the rest of the figures to achieve hapo. Yes, sir.
Okay, my question was, Waziri, I believe you have toured the facility, which you have said is a forensic. Are you satisfied on the safety precautionary measures set by the Ministry of Education?
The safety precautionary measures set by the Ministry of Education are sufficient if they are adhered to. But the challenge has been, in some institutions, they've not adhered to, and I'm not saying this institution, because we have not finished that preliminary investigation. It has to go in tandem with what the regulations say. I can't stand here and say it is not meeting, because I have to get a preliminary report from where I can say it met or it did not meet. But the provision, the regulations in existence are sufficient if they are adhered to. The challenge we've had in this country is not lack of laws or lack of policies. It is a situation where people do not follow them or flout them.
Final question.
Well, let's have yes, sir. Let's have you, and then Minor. Who else? One more. No, Anita, you've already asked a question.
That has an advocate.
Okay, then the lady. So we start with you, sir. Then the lady. Then Minor. You are the last.
Okay. Yes.
It's for her. Okay. Okay. Thank you for being gender sensitive.
Yes.
Yes. What's your media house, please, and your name? Okay. Okay. The what? What do you mean by measurement?
It is part of the investigation. Let me help him. But from it meets the 1.2 that is required. It's a proper, and it was opening outwards. But that's not the only requirement. There are many others. Please let's not speculate. The report will come out. I will be as transparent as possible with you because I need your help in ensuring that we put these things in the right way. Exactly. So just give us time. The information is for you to be consumed by the public. So we'll be as transparent, and we've been ordered to ask the hard questions, to challenge ourselves, look internally. Is there something that we can do and do better? Where we've done better, we improve. Where we have not, we change.
Yeah, actually, Margaret, just what CS has said, those measurements can only be with the investigators. So allow them to do their work. And the CS is very keen on ensuring that he's a new CS. He's just come in. And you know, a new broom sweeps clean.
I'm lucky in that sense.
Exactly. Yes, Minor. Minor?
Okay. Now, talking about reforming the education system and going forward, we remember a while back when we had these cases, there was a proposal of banning boarding in primary school. Is it about time we consider such a proposal?
That's a national conversation that we have to have. You see, what I said is, when you have a problem like this, you look at it broadly. Let us have that discussion and find out what was the purpose of boarding schools. Do we still need them? And if we do, and remember now there's something called public participation. It's not for one person to come and say we don't want boarding schools. It's a bigger conversation. But we are going to look at the whole sector and see what can be done, to, including ages. What age should we send our children to boarding schools at? These are questions that we need to ask ourselves, not just as a ministry, but as parents as well. When you take your children to school, do you check where your children are going to sleep? What, you know, these are some of the oversight, little oversight things you can do, because if you bring a child to school and you're not satisfied, you take them to a different school, the sponsors of the school will be required to improve. So all of us have a role to play, and we are looking forward and saying, because we are doing this reformation at this time, and we are asking ourselves these difficult questions, it is time that we can ask even those questions like the one you've asked, which perhaps you could not have asked a few years back.
You've talked about transferring children to schools. We are talking about good schools. There are not so many in Kenya, right?
No, there are many.
Good schools.
Yes.
I'm talking about good schools.
What is your definition of good?
There is a reason why some parents...
Enoch, kindly make your question precise, and it's the last one, kindly.
See me privately.
Okay, I think thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Asante sana.
Governor. Tunataka kufanya hii kipapele. Kama utaitwa ita inake hiyo kama Malero nekere. Oh. Hata wa kizungu utaki
Ni amaloko.
Yangu nimeweka.
Wacha niongee na watu wangu.
Nikasema nikangoja utashift kwa kizungu kidogo.
Who am I addressing? It's me, sir. That's unaona na watu wa Kikuyu.
Ndio hawa.
Ikaraha twariria andu aitu Gikuyu. Gikuyu twarie Gikuyu. Aya Githungu. Githungu giki ni kiingi muno.
Gikuyu.
Acha gutie titwelo. Titwelo hapana. Nigukwira. Thie na mbere. Thank you muno. Muthenya wa mothe turi itura riri o turia turokete ira ni undu wa gutwarithia na mbere Uthuthuria uria urathie na mbere iguru ria mutino uria uratukorire na ni wega kugweta ati timu ciothe iri guku umuthe turi na waziri wa githomo niwe wetagwo Mheshimiwa Ogamba, turi na mundu ugwitwo PS na mwaria wa thirikari ni magukite muthenya wa muthenya. Tungienda kuga nie muno ingienda kwariria andu aitu ndimere meyumiririe. Tuti turahota kumenya wega numbers iria ire cia andu aria twana turia tungikorwo tutigite no twaikia ritho riu ni tukinyetie 18 na no turagithii na mbere na uthuthuria. Ni tugite na ni wega twire wananchi na aciari twambe tumahe pole citu ni undu wa mutino uyu makorete na tumere ati uthuthuria riu riothe na mbere ni wa science na no kurikwo maundu metagwo DNA testing nigetha tuhote kumenya tondu mwaki ucio rari muingi na ciana iria ihete undu utangicihota gucimenya na gucirora. Koguo ni tukwenda kuga tuhoe aciari aitu matuike patient gugikinya Monday tugakorwo ithuothe aria aciari tukiheo ni nako tuguthie aria matangikorwo mutonete ciana ciao. Undu uria ungi no wega kugweta ati ni turoria andu a itura riri wa mbere tukimacokeria ngatho tondu nio maguthukire na magiuka gututeithiriria kuhoria mwaki na kuri twana tumwe ringi twaumire guku tugithie mundu akoya gake na kaonge aria mangikorwo mekite uguo ni turamahoya mahure thimu ya 1199 niyo ya Red Cross nigetha maripoti ati mena twana tuu na nigetha tugitara twana turia tureciria ni tuwe haria turi tukorwo tukimenya kuria twana tuikaira. Muthenya wa ira turatwarire ciana 70 thibitari ya Mount Kenya ithie igathimwo na ithuthurio kana kuri tuhetu kuri karingi korwo nondu na twaria haria yothe marathuthurirwo no kamwe karatigirwo thibitari yo na ne nyuma gukona muthenya umuthi na nikega na muciari wako ne agukainukia ni kuri kana karari mathari ka turagatwara Kenyatta na kwa bahati njuru muthenya wa umuthi ni gatutigire ni hari ciana ithatu ire Kenyatta ya ino ya Othaya ira ni Kenyatta ya Nairobi no ni kau niko gatutigire no Kenyatta ya Othaya twina twana tutatu turathi na mbere guthondekwo no turathi na mbere kurorwo. Koguo ndingenda guthaitha andu aitu na ndimorie ni tondu wa uritu uria uriho meterere andu aria maratumira nyamu icio cietagwo DNA government pathologist na aria angi mathie magithuthuragia nginya mari tuhe na mbere yagiriire. Na koguo ngirikia ni gwenda gucokia ngatho kuri thirikari nene ni undu wa uka kunyitanira na ithuĩ ta county tucokerie president na deputy president ngatho ni tondu deputy president ni arokire president ni aratutumiire rambirambi na iguru ria mothe ona muthenya wa muthi first lady ni atumana ni tuwe mari rugendo na tuge tuhoreria andu othe tumere Ngai amuhe hinya na mwiyumiririe mumenye thirikari ciere ni iraruta wira tukigeria guteithania maundu maria mothe mariho na turia ndiroigire ira mirigo eno yothe riu ni ya thirikari nene na thirikari nini ni tugukua murigo uyu nigetha tuteithie andu aitu. Thank you. Tuenda kwaria sawa sawa.